We're living in an age when the precise opposite is true of almost every claim you hear in public, so it probably shouldn't shock you that the people who care the least about the natural world are self-proclaimed environmentalists. They're happy to wreck it for profit. They make the oil companies look like deep environmentalists. And if you doubt that, take a look at what's happening off the east coast of the United States. So-called green NGOs, supported, of course, by the people they give money to in the Biden administration, are backing the construction of massive offshore wind turbines that appear to be killing large numbers of whales. In just the last 2 months, at least 10 dead whales have washed ashore in New York and New Jersey. And on Monday, it happened again. A 35-foot male humpback whale died and washed up on Lido Beach in Nassau County in Long Island. Bruce Blakeman is the county executive of Nassau. He joins us tonight. Mr. Blakeman, thank you so much for coming on. So this seems like one of those stories that, since liberals want to save the whales, or did when I was a kid, you'd think would be getting an awful lot of attention, but it seems like nobody wants to talk about it. Why is that?
Well, first of all, I became very concerned when 7 whales washed up on the shores of New Jersey, because obviously we're just miles from New Jersey. Right. And then when I found out yesterday that a whale had washed up on our shores here in Lido Beach in Nassau County, obviously I became concerned because I know that there is construction taking place out in the ocean. And I think that when you have so many of these large animals that wash up on shore dead, that we now have to take a pause and investigate why is that happening. We've got to find that out because sea life is an important part of living in Nassau County. We've got whales, we have seals, we have dolphins, and we've got tremendous fishing here. People move here because they want to enjoy the beaches, the wildlife, and the water. So it's a concern, and it bears investigation.
Well, I would say, and it's very odd considering that if you want to move your cows into a new pasture and some rare salamander is found there, the federal government shuts it down. They're very uptight about killing animals. And that's not all bad, by the way. But here, the biggest mammals in the world are dying in an unexplained way, and there's no curiosity. I just think it's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, listen, there are a lot of people that are disingenuous. They can't find a balance. It's like talking about going all electric. That would be a danger to our America, the way that we live. There'll always be fossil fuels, at least in my lifetime. And certainly alternative energy is important as well. And you have to have alternative energy. But the fact of the matter is there's got to be a balance. And basically there are people who can never strike that balance unless it's inures to their benefit. And in this case, I'm quite surprised that there aren't more environmentalists and certainly people who are involved in protecting sea life and animals speaking out about this and at least asking for an investigation as to whether or not there's any causal relationship between these whales dying and the construction and the sonar that's being used.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of Americans who care deeply about the natural world, about the environment, but the professional environmental groups are prostitutes and shills, obviously. If you're destroying the environment, you're not saving the environment, I would say. Anyway, Bruce Blakeman, I sure appreciate your being willing to talk about this in public. The Nassau County Executive, thank you.
Thank you, Tucker.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson Tonight.